diamond from Young Jewelers. Our friendly staff can assure you of that. And you're always greeted with a smile and a genuine concern for your needs. Whether it's custom design work or diamonds from one of the name brand vendors, a consultation at Young Jewelers will have you feeling confident you've made the right choice. Young Jewelers, located across from City Hall on 19th Street and online at youngjewelers.com.
If you're craving great food in a place that feels just right, it's time to head to Jake's on 4th in downtown Jasper. From stacked made-to-order burgers to hearty favorites fresh off the grill, every dish at Jake's is cooked with care and full of flavor. It's comfortable, relaxed, and always welcoming. Whether you're meeting friends, enjoying a casual dinner, or just want a laid-back spot with great atmosphere, Jake's on 4th delivers every time. Located at 1810 4th Avenue South of downtown Jasper, Jake's is open Wednesday through Saturday with lunch from 11 to 3:30 and dinner 5 to close. Jake's has great food, an easygoing vibe, and it's a place you'll want to come back to. Jake's on 4th, fine dining done the Walker County way.
For Social Security Disability, Pat Nelson and the attorneys at Nelson, Bryan & Cross have 40 years of real experience and over 4,000 favorable decisions. We handle all the complicated paperwork, and as always, there is no cost unless we win your case. Please contact Nelson, Bryan & Cross for a free consultation regarding your Social Security Disability benefits. Nelson, Bryan & Cross, 205-387-7777. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the law.
Get ready for an unforgettable weekend in downtown Jasper. The 2026 Foothills Festival returns Friday and Saturday, September 11th and 12th to historic downtown Jasper, Alabama, featuring live performances from Collective Soul, Everclear, John Waite, Mark Chestnut,
but it's all over now and the show is Monday.
Dina Carter, and Channing Wilson. Don't miss 2 days of great music, food, and fun for the whole family. For tickets, event details, and complete festival lineup, visit foothillsjasper.com. The 2026 Foothills Festival, September 11th and 12th in historic downtown Jasper.
Start your story at Bevel State Community College. Whether you need seamless academic transfer classes, high-wage, high-demand career technical or health science programs, rapid training opportunities that get you into the workforce quickly, dual enrollment or adult education courses, Bevel State is your community college for a quality education. Visit bscc.edu to learn about our convenient and affordable options to make your future visible. Your story starts at Bevel State.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Martin Roberts, owner of Jasper Veterinary Clinic. 3 years ago when I set out to open my own clinic, Pinnacle was my bank of choice to help that dream become a reality. Recently, when we needed to expand and had the opportunity to acquire property adjoining to ours, I made one call to Wayne and he set those wheels in motion. If you have banking needs, give Pinnacle a call.
Hello everyone, I'm Drake McKenzie from All South Land and Timber. We have been banking with Pinnacle Bank for over 25 years. The customer service at Pinnacle Bank is first class. We highly recommend banking with Pinnacle Bank for all of your financial needs.
I'm Robin Reed Allen, Chairman of the Board of Pinnacle Bank. Come see our team and make Pinnacle Bank your bank too.
Pinnacle Bank, member FDIC.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham, W286BM Jasper, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend in downtown Jasper. The 2026 Foothills Festival returns Friday and Saturday, September 11th and 12th to historic downtown Jasper, Alabama, featuring live performances from Collective Soul, Everclear, John Waite, Mark Chestnut,
But it's all over now and the show is Monday.
Dina Carter, and Channing Wilson. Don't miss 2 days of great music, food, and fun for the whole family. For tickets, event details, and complete festival lineup, visit foothillsjasper.com. The 2026 Foothills Festival, September 11th and 12th in historic downtown Jasper.
For Social Security disability, Pat Nelson and the attorneys at Nelson, Bryan, and Cross have 40 years of real experience and over 4,000 favorable decisions. We handle all the complicated paperwork, and as always, there is no cost unless we win your case. Please contact Nelson, Bryan, and Cross for a free consultation regarding your Social Security disability benefits. Nelson, Bryan, and Cross, 205-387-7777. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
It's 9 o'clock and we're going live. This is Live at 9 on WJLX with James Phillips, presented by Young Jewelers in historic downtown Jasper. Real talk, real stories, right now.
And good morning. It is Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX. And this morning it's a Thursday morning. I think I've got my days straight. And my guest this morning, we've got Jessica Sanders Walker of Sanders Aviation and Sanders Flight Training Center. And also she's brought a guest with her, Ray Edick, and I'll let her introduce Ray. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning, James.
You've already been to, 3 states this morning before you got here?
Just to Birmingham and back this morning.
All right.
Yes. So I fought the traffic, listened to you guys on the way in, and thanks for having us back. I know this is kind of like a yearly update, and I was excited this morning to bring Ray Edick with us. He is a check instructor at Sanders, and he is now the new chief instructor of Jacksonville State University over our partnership with them.
Oh, really cool. Nice to meet you, Ray.
Nice to meet you. Glad to be here.
The exciting things are happening with Sanders Aviation, and really it has been for several years now, but it seems like you guys have a big announcement like monthly almost now.
I feel like looking back at our social media, like I did last night, preparing to come in and talk to you this morning, I was like, wow, this has been a banner year for us. Absolutely. And just the partnerships keep growing. And like I always say, we're stronger with our partners.
Yeah. Now, where did the idea, because I mean, Sanders Aviation has been in place for what, 30 years?
This is our 30th anniversary.
So
yes.
30 years here in Jasper, and all of a sudden it's just expanding. Where did that idea? It had to come from Jessica, I'm sure.
Well, Dad, started this along with the help from Mother, and we've been in Jasper. We've been at Walker County Airport, Bevel Field since 1996. And when William and I moved home, when he was finished flying for the Navy, we really wanted to come alongside and help Dad and grow different partnerships and realms. We were predominantly at this point the military transition flight school. Right. So everybody in the country or wherever they're stationed knew, go to Sanders and we'll have a great transition to become an airline pilot to go on to the airlines. And from there, we grew those partnerships with Delta and FedEx. And then that kind of branched into, what do we do for the pilot shortage? Because we've been looking at this for years, and now you're just seeing everybody's kind of getting on board with the issues this is going to create for workforce.
Right.
But at Sanders, we saw this years ago, and we started the Part 141 side of the flight school, which can be, I've never seen an airplane before in my life, to all the way to the airlines to help with that pilot shortage. And Ray is a perfect example. He had a completely different career before he found aviation, and moved here, has a beautiful wife and family. And he came out to Sanders one day and said, I think I'm going to make this change. And he got his 4-year degree with Liberty University, became a Sanders student, and is now just really reshaping how aviation is in our state through our partnerships.
Ray, what did you do before piloting?
I was actually driving a truck all over the Southeast. I was delivering fuel. Did that for about 8 years when my wife and I moved back here to Jasper in 2014.
Right. And why do that when you can travel higher and faster, right?
Exactly, and not have to deal with all the traffic.
Right.
It's been a great transition. Back in 22, I decided that I needed something better for this half of my life. I'm 50 years old now. And I wanted to start doing something that I really loved.
Yeah.
Called and spoke to Jessica and kind of went from there. And she kind of exposed me to everything and got me going. And it's really progressed over the last 4.5 years.
Were you ever concerned, I can't start over and do this? I mean, that's a pretty big jump, I would think, in my own mind. I would think if I'm going from one thing to flying airplanes.
Yeah, so, at 46 years old, making a decision, being removed from any kind of study habits or school, theories or anything like that for over 20 years.
Right.
And doing things that I knew how to do. It was definitely a challenging jump. And, it was my nephew, actually, who also works at Sanders and is in pilot training, that kind of spurred it for me. And then I left there a lot of conversations with this midlife crisis change with my wife.
Yeah.
With her unbelievable support to launch me into this journey was just an amazing thing. And yeah, it took a lot of adjustments to daily life, to, getting back into the grind of studying and really focusing on something that was, going to set up this next half of my life to be successple.
That's so cool, though, to be able to change. And it only took how long to go from I've never been in a plane to I'm a pilot? What was your...
So I started in October of 2022.
Okay.
And I started working for Jess as a instructor in May of 2024. So about a year and a half. I went from not knowing a single thing about aviation to starting to instruct it.
Yeah.
And along the way, in 23, I started working on my degree to get a bachelor's in aviation through Liberty University, and just graduated this past May with my degree and already putting it to use.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's so cool. Jessica, it seems like Sanders Aviation has kind of followed the route of its founder with your dad, how he went from being a military guy that was in the military and flying planes and things like that to then he was a pilot for, was it FedEx? Is that right? Or
yes, and before that he actually was an airplane mechanic.
Right.
So, and he went to a lot of technical schools. That's why we're so big in career tech as well. And then he was a pilot for 30 years with Federal Express in Memphis. Finished flying out on the Boeing 777. And was in the Air National Guard flying the F-4 Phantom, which we now have, in Jasper,
right,
across from the hospital. And so we're a veteran-owned small business. We're family-owned and run. And so we genuinely love getting to carry out his mission and what we love to do each day.
And he's, I hate to tell his age now, he's 70, right?
Not quite yet.
He's not yet? Okay, because him and my mother graduated high school together.
Dora Bulldogs,
at Dora,
right?
Yeah. And she just turned 70 in March, so he's coming up on it.
And it's hard to say. He may just stay in his 60s.
Right, but he's still flying planes, like racing planes, right?
Yes, he's getting ready to leave, I guess, next week to go out to the air races. So it's the National Championship Air Races. They're now held in New Mexico.
Right.
So, and Big Red is the plane he flies. It's a 1943 S&J, better known as the T6. And that airplane is the longest continuous racing warbird in the history of the air races. So she's got some incredible backstories, a wonderful crew who goes out and makes sure she's running well out in the desert. And so that's something we kind of get to transition and do for a week or 2 weeks in the fall every year.
Right. And racing a plane is dangerous, to say the least.
It is. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at 70 years old, that's amazing.
Yes. So I think he's really enjoyed it. And some of the things he's starting to enjoy more now, I think that, in your life, you start saying, what am I doing? How am I giving back? And so he absolutely loves, and I know we're going to talk about later on, the ACE camps and Operation Aviation Foundation. So getting to share his love of aviation with the next generation is really what, I guess, cranks his engine, radial engine. There we go.
That's good.
Well, and it's just great to see your family history here with Sanders Jewelry, or Young's Jewelers. I mean, I'm sorry. Please don't take your sponsorship after me.
I think they're your headline sponsor, right?
They are. Yes.
Brought to you by Young Jewelers.
Yes, I can't mess that up.
Yeah.
But with Young Jewelers and Sanders Aviation, your mom and dad have always been people who work in our community and give back to our community. And then to see now that the next generation with you and your sister are doing the same thing, it's just a really cool thing to see.
I don't think we've ever known a different way. Like, this is just something you grow up and do. You grow up, you run a business, you join the Chamber of Commerce, you give back to nonprofits, you create space for what you do well to make sure there's pathways for those coming up behind you. So we love having a community that pours back into us as well.
Right. Now, talk more about some of the big things that you guys had going on in the last year.
Okay, so we're very excited about Jacksonville State University. So we went to the Alabama Commission on Higher Education in Montgomery, and they allowed Jacksonville State to have this aviation program. So we've been building it from the ground up with them. We've really made some good friends there. We're thrilled to have them introduced into the world of aviation. And then AIC, Commission on Higher Education, voted for them to actually have an off-campus instructional site. So Sanders Flight Training Center and Aviation in Jasper will be the home of Jack State Jasper.
Wow.
So we will have full-time students living on site. We knew this expansion was coming, so we've actually begun to build a little tiny home village. So we call it Live, Learn, Fly.
There you go.
So they'll be immersed in aviation all the time, and it's dorm life but elevated.
Now, is it a 4-year degree? Or?
Yes, they'll get a 4-year degree, a bachelor's in aviation.
In aviation, yes. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. Right here in Jasper.
Right here in Jasper. Yep.
So now we've all got to become Jacksonville State fans.
Yeah, I think, is it Fear the Beak?
Fear the Beak.
Fear the Beak.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
we also
right.
have Fly Cocky.
Fly Cocky.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh man, you guys should be selling T-shirts.
Oh, no, we are.
Yeah.
There's a line coming.
Right.
Yes.
So we're really, really excited about that partnership, and Ray has been great helping put that program together. We received FAA approval for that just this week.
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
And then our first students will be on campus next week.
Next week,
Ready
starting Monday. Yep.
Ready to begin, yeah.
Wow. And you said you're teaching today, right? You're going to Jacksonville
Yeah,
today?
after we're done here, I'll be making the drive over to Jacksonville. So the degree in aviation has 3 concentrations. They have aviation management, commercial aviation, which is the flying portion of it, and then public safety aviation. And across all 3 of those concentrations, there's a foundations class, aviation's foundation, that is a requisite for them to take.
Right.
And I'm holding that class today on campus from 2 to 3 for the first time.
Wow.
So,
well, good luck with that.
thank you.
I
Yeah,
hope you have
it's
some really nice and kind students too.
I may
Yes.
come sit in on that.
I hope so. It's it's been kind of a whirlwind since this all came in with Jacksonville, and them going to Jessica and saying, hey, we really want to put somebody in this position that has the knowledge of aviation and can help these students be successful. And Jess threw my name in the hat, and to say the least, to go from learning to fly, getting a degree, and now essentially, the chief instructor professor of the program for the university, which is actually right now a department of one, me,
right.
Building everything from the ground up has been amazing.
Well, I was going to say, if somebody would have told you, let's say just during the pandemic, if somebody would have said, hey, in 5 or 6 years, you're going to be an instructor at Jacksonville State instructing aviation, what would you have said?
Remember, you're on air.
Yeah. I don't have the dump button ready.
I probably would have just chuckled at first that, there's no way, and to be honest, I was doing well in the job that I was doing. I was making great money. I was comfortable. I knew what I was doing every day. I would have said, it's always been a dream of mine to be in aviation, but I just didn't think it would be achievable.
Right.
And throughout my journey over the last 4.5 years, the Sanders family has been phenomenal in guiding me, teaching me, coaching me in everything that I bring to the table today in all aspects with Sanders and Jacksonville and Operation Aviation Foundation and all that. So initially I would have chuckled at them. But to now, today with it being a reality, I couldn't be more happy.
Right. And that seems like the story behind the growth at Sanders and even the kids programs. It's showing people who might have this dream, but think that they could never do it, that everybody can do it. Like even the kids that are in high school now, or the kids that are younger than that you guys are teaching, or just people like you who are in a completely different job 4 years ago.
Right. It's an actionary pathway.
Yeah.
Right? We don't just show you the pathway. We make sure that you are placed on it, and that you have supports, and that you have cheerleaders, and that there's scholarship opportunities, and that you're part of a community.
Right.
So it's not just here's the options. It's follow through and care and concern, and that's something that we're very proud to be able to continue doing, especially as a family-owned business. It's different because there's always going to be these huge flight schools. They're a little bit more expensive. You're treated as a number. But at Sanders, people keep coming from all over the country, albeit all over the world, because it's different. We handle situations differently. We don't just teach one methodology. We meet the student where they are, make sure that they are able to have every resource that we have to make them successful.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. And then also in growth with you guys, I think it's been, 2 years that you opened up at Tuscaloosa?
Yes. So we are about to hit, I think, our 3-year mark in the next several months in Tuscaloosa. That has been incredible. Since that location opened, we have partnered with the Saban Center. And I had a great call with C7. That's the Cambridge group that's building the Saban Center. And we are hanging one of our airplanes in the Saban Center. And yesterday the conversation was all about how to make it interactive, and can the lights still come on, and explaining the parts of the plane and the theories of flight. And so we're really excited to have that partnership there in Tuscaloosa. And then from there, come on over to the airport and take your discovery flight.
Right.
We have partnered also with the University of Alabama, that we do their STEM Showcase and STEM Entrepreneurship Academy. So we have tons of field trips. And since that location's open, we've seen over 5,000 children.
Wow.
From West Alabama.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then now also you're celebrating close to a year in Huntsville, is that right? Yes.
Huntsville's been open approximately a little over a year. And that is huge. That flight school is almost at capacity. As a matter of fact, our partnership there is with Space and Rocket Center, and we've got some other partnerships we're excited to hopefully see in the future. But we do all of the flying for Space and Rocket's Aviation Challenge Camp, which is alongside Space Camp. So last month we took 32 campers flying. So after their aviation challenge, it's the Mach 3 Elite. Those campers actually get to go up and take the yoke and fly over the Space and Rocket Center and around Huntsville and come back and get a little taste for flight.
Yeah, that's so cool. And just the names that you're throwing out there, like this, I hate to call you guys a little business in Jasper, but this homegrown business in Jasper, and you're throwing names out there like Saban. In case people don't know, that's Nick Saban.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And then you're talking about Space and Rocket Center and NASA and things like that you guys are working with. That's got to be not only just incredible for our community, but just for you personally, that you've seen this growth.
It's all of my childhood dreams come together, right? Graduated from Alabama. I've been going to Space and Rockets since I was a child, and just love space. And one of my donors, who I would not have been able to start Operation Aviation Foundation without her, and she likes to not. I won't throw her name out there, but she gave us the money to start our first ACE camp that we ever did. And one of the things she said to me is, a coincidence is God remaining anonymous.
Right.
And so all those people that I was able to ramble off, these partnerships all happen with just a chance encounter, which there are none.
Right.
And I talked to somebody about aviation, and they say, well, could we partner on that, or could we do that? So I have to give a lot of credit of being led and truly invested in what we do. And I think that just God has opened a lot of pathways that I've blindly followed, knowing that it was going to lead to the betterment of children and to what we invest our time with.
Right. Well, and a lot of people would have had these thoughts in their head and thought, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But not you. Like, you're not that type of person. You're going to have those thoughts.
I get a lot of crazy ideas.
Yeah,
James.
but, you throw enough crazy ideas at the wall, there's some really cool stuff that happens.
There are, and we've been very blessed, but we also have a team behind us at Sanders who are working tirelessly to put those ideas together. So I may go out and come up with this incredible idea, but you can rest assured there's 10 people sitting there putting every document we need together. I mean, these programs, just our partnership with Veterans Affairs and veterans being able to use their GI Bills, that's a 300-page document. Those are federal inspections, state inspections, FAA inspections. So I'm very blessed that I get to come up with the crazy ideas.
Right.
But the team I have behind me and my dad is who makes the day-to-day run.
Yeah, definitely so. It's the bottom of the hour, so let's take a real quick break, and then when we come back, I want to focus a lot more on the Operation Aviation Foundation and the things that you've been doing with it. So let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, including Young Jewelers, and we'll be right back on WJLX.
Young Jewelers. That name has been a part of Jasper for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, for 3 generations and over 70 years, Young Jewelers has been located in downtown Jasper, striving to earn your loyalty with quality and customer service. Young Jewelers has set the standard in diamonds, jewelry, and gifts. You can afford to have a diamond from Young Jewelers. Our friendly staff can assure you of that. And you're always greeted with a smile and a genuine concern for your needs. Whether it's custom design work or diamonds from one of the name brand vendors, a consultation at Young Jewelers will have you feeling confident you've made the right choice. Young Jewelers, located across from City Hall on 19th Street and online at youngjewelers.com.
For Social Security disability, Pat Nelson and the attorneys at Nelson, Bryan & Cross have 40 years of real experience and over 4,000 favorable decisions. We handle all the complicated paperwork, and as always, there is no cost unless we win your case. Please contact Nelson, Bryan & Cross for a free consultation regarding your Social Security disability benefits. Nelson, Bryan & Cross, 205-387-7777. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Start your story at Bevel State Community College. Whether you need seamless academic transfer classes, high-wage, high-demand career technical or health science programs, rapid training opportunities that get you into the workforce quickly, dual enrollment or adult education courses, Bevel State is your community college for a quality education. Visit bscc.edu to learn about our convenient and affordable options to make your future visible. Your story starts at Bevel State.
Carl Cannon, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Corridor X, and Jasper. We're more than just a new car dealer. We're a certified pre-owned dealer, too. As a used car dealer in Jasper, we have access to a wide variety of used cars from across the area. As a new Buick, Chevy, Cadillac, and GMC dealer, we have the latest models that GM provides from 4 amazing brands. Let us show you around our dealership. With so many options, we're sure you'll find what you're looking for. Browse our inventory online at carlcannon.com. When other dealers can't, Cannon can. Carl Cannon, Corridor X at Industrial Boulevard in Jasper.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Martin Roberts, owner of Jasper Veterinary Clinic. 3 years ago when I set out to open my own clinic, Pinnacle was my bank of choice to help that dream become a reality. Recently, when we needed to expand and had the opportunity to acquire property adjoining to ours, I made one call to Wayne and he set those wheels in motion. If you have banking needs, give Pinnacle a call.
Hello everyone, I'm Drake McKenzie from All South Land and Timber. We have been banking with Pinnacle Bank for over 25 years. The customer service at Pinnacle Bank is first class. We highly recommend banking with Pinnacle Bank for all of your financial needs.
I'm Robin Reed Allen, Chairman of the Board of Pinnacle Bank. Come see our team and make Pinnacle Bank your bank too.
Pinnacle Bank, member FDIC.
If you're craving great food in a place that feels just right, it's time to head to Jake's on 4th in downtown Jasper. From stacked made-to-order burgers to hearty favorites fresh off the grill, every dish at Jake's is cooked with care and full of flavor. It's comfortable, relaxed, and always welcoming. Whether you're meeting friends, enjoying a casual dinner, or just want a laid-back spot with great atmosphere, Jake's on 4th delivers every time. Located at 1810 4th Avenue South of downtown Jasper, Jake's is open Wednesday through Saturday with lunch from 11 to 3:30 and dinner 5 to close. Jake's has great food, an easygoing vibe, and it's a place you'll want to come back to. Jake's on 4th, fine dining done the Walker County way.
Get ready for an unforgettable weekend in downtown Jasper. The 2026 Foothills Festival returns Friday and Saturday, September 11th and 12th to historic downtown Jasper, Alabama, featuring live performances from Collective Soul, Everclear, John Waite, Mark Chestnut,
But it's all over now and the show is Monday.
Tina Carter, and Channing Wilson. Don't miss 2 days of great music, food, and fun for the whole family. For tickets, event details, and complete festival lineup, visit foothillsjasper.com. The 2026 Foothills Festival, September 11th and 12th in historic downtown Jasper.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham,
W286BM Jasper,
an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Free never sounded so good.
You're listening to Live at 9 with James Phillips, presented by Young Jewelers on WJLX.
And we are back here on Live at 9. James Phillips. I want to thank all of our sponsors. We've got Jake's on 4th. Brian Baker's not here to go. Jake's on 4th. And Young Jewelers, and also Nelson, Bryan, Boylan, and Cross. Those are our 3 title sponsors, and we sure appreciate those guys for being here. Young Jewelers, not just because you're here today, Jessica, but they've been on board since almost day one of the show, and I could not be more thankful of that, because they support us ever since the beginning, when we were just once a week, twice a week, and thought, what are we doing?
And it's radio, so you're not even seeing the diamonds.
That's right.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, they really jumped out there on that.
Yeah, they did. And the new building is going to be just a centerpiece to downtown too.
Oh my gosh, it is going to be absolutely incredible. Our grandparents would be so thrilled for their growth and their expansion and just their overall continuance of investing in the community, whether it's through Main Street or the trolley. And Iris does just so much work there that we're proud to continue their legacy.
Yeah, I just love the outside the box thinking, not just with Young's with the trolley and all that kind of stuff, but with Sanders Aviation as well. You guys are always like on the cutting edge or doing something different. You don't just rest on your laurels, you know.
Well, we appreciate that, and I learned a long time ago, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so
right.
we keep trying to make the advancements and continue to be a leader in the state and the country for what we do. And again, I could not do that without the team behind us at Sanders. And we've kind of had a wild summer. Do you want to hear?
Yeah, I was going to say, you talked about your team before we went to the break, and you had mentioned you guys have had a very wild summer and really hadn't even been on site at your normal location.
Right. So we're so fortunate that the grant funding went through between the county and really the FAA. It's federal grant funding that they came in, and we have a brand new runway and taxiways at Walker County Airport, Bevel Field. But it was a little stressful. We were so excited for the project, and it's incredible. But we had to basically send our whole staff on a little mini deployment. So we also maintain our own airplanes. So we flew a fleet of about 30 aircraft out of Jasper. I was actually out in Lynn at the ball field and just start hearing this noise. It was like Flight of the Valkyrie, and I look up and it's just, 10 Travel Airs and 15 Cessnas all coming over to go to Hamilton. So that was kind of the easiest airfield for us to relocate to during the construction process. And it would put a lot more drive on our staff, on the people who were conducting check rides, our maintainers, our students. So we're currently looking at the economic impact of that. And I know it was several $100,000 that went into the Marion Hamilton community, just from fuel cells and hotels, restaurants, all the maintenance parts that we purchased. So it was a unique experience, but it was a great learning for our staff on how do we still provide this excellent customer service, get used to this new airfield, because we were talking to different air traffic controllers. We were under Memphis Center for that. So, Birmingham was like, wait, what happened? Where are you guys? And so, we were in a different part of the state, but our staff was incredible. They made it happen. There wasn't complaining. We went, we did it, we conquered. We still got through the exact same schedule. We didn't lighten up, and we had a few funny stories from it. We actually had a welcome back to Jasper party the other night for everybody, and we had some really comical things that took place. But I'm just so proud and thankful for who we have, that we were able to take. I mean, it was about 300 students that were displaced. So it was incredible.
And just you guys being displaced, not, we're used to you being in Jasper. So
it got quiet, didn't it?
Yeah. And we didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Got no travel airs flying over all day.
Yesterday was National Aviation Day. Is that right?
It was National Aviation Day, and not to still raise thunder, but I have to hand the floor back over to him for a moment, because we just had the coolest thing. And if you check our socials, I posted about it, but Ray got just an incredible experience yesterday with the first solo, if you'll share.
Yeah, with it being National Aviation Day yesterday, and I guess at the time yesterday morning, I didn't even realize it, but it's kind of come full circle now. But a student that I had early on in my instructing at Sanders, Haley Scher, she started her training at 16 years old and went from private pilot to certified flight instructor, instrument, and working for Sanders with a conditional job offer to work at Sanders before she graduated high school.
Wow.
Probably, if you did the research, and we have, she's the only student that has ever done that.
Yeah.
Which is super impressive. But yesterday, she had a student, one of her first students now as an instructor, solo for the first time. And she'd called me early in the morning, and she said, "Hey, are you going to be here at the school? I could really use your support, this and that, whatever." And I had something else going on, but I put it on the back burner because I knew how important this was.
Right.
And being out there, watching a student that I soloed now teaching the next generation and soloing.
And it was a young woman, which
yes,
was
it was
just
another.
incredible.
It was a young woman, and it just came full circle. And I'll tell you, fighting back that emotion the whole time. She even asked me. She said, "Are you okay? You're sniffing a lot."
Yeah.
And I blamed it on the weeds.
Oh yeah,
Right.
You know?
The marigolds.
There's
are in
something
bloom.
in the
Yeah,
air
there was
right
something
now.
in the air, but it was amazing. I was so proud to be a part of that moment, to see her, ushering in the next classes that are coming through Sanders of, somebody that I took such pride and joy of getting to the level she is now. So.
Yeah. And I would imagine it's so cool because as humans, we weren't designed to fly. So for you to sit there and watch somebody that you taught do this, and now they're teaching somebody to do, it's just a really neat thing.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was an extremely emotional experience to, I almost get choked up now, but.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying for. I'm hoping.
Yeah, no.
It won't take much.
Yeah, I've had plenty of moments in this aviation career now that have choked me up, and yesterday was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So, and you're exactly right. We're not meant to fly, and it's definitely a challenging thing for to people to overcome and learn, and to watch these students come through and be successful. And move on to the next phases of their career. It's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah, that's so cool. What else did we were going to talk about next?
We had just to kind of close out Sanders, because I know we want to talk about Operation Aviation Foundation. While we were displaced in Hamilton, we were able to repour our entire ramp. We've done a very large investment in our FBO, which stands for Fixed Base Operator. So when people land at Jasper, we are the face of the community.
Right.
We take great pride in that. So, there's someone to marshal you in, bring you over to the FBO. We have water. We have snacks if they need catering. We've had several really nice jets come in lately that we've made sure they have everything they need. But now when you walk into the FBO, it is a beautiful place, newly renovated, restrooms, all the things. So we're really proud to be that for the community. And it's we've spent almost $1 million just on making sure that first face is perfect and that it comes from Sanders.
Right.
We actually have I always like to do an announcement with you. Can I do an
Yes,
announcement?
do an announcement.
Okay, so if you've heard of Market in Mountain Brook, it's a really cool new market that you can shop after hours. They have a kiosk, and so we are having our final meeting tomorrow And we are looking at putting in a incredible fresh market. So all of your favorite restaurants in Birmingham will be in there. It will be open to possibly some partnerships in Jasper as well, which we would love to see.
Yeah.
But if you fly in or if you're a student, there will be a 24-hour market available to you, whether you're buying steaks or roasted salmon with quinoa, or you just want some protein shakes, whatever that looks like, that will now be available for you 24/7 at the airfield.
That's really cool. And I think one thing you mentioned that it being the face for Jasper for a lot of people, the local airport doesn't get used a lot by local people, like traveling, from Birmingham or Huntsville, that sort of thing. So I think a lot of people don't realize how much traffic comes in through the airport, and what an important piece to all the good things that happen in Jasper that the airport is.
Well, the airport is growing right now, and we're thrilled. We actually have 2 of our Sanders students who've built hangars on the airfield the past several months, and we're so thrilled for them to, continue on their love of aviation, invest in the airport as well. And our traffic is picking up. We actually just had a meeting with ALDOT, and they had us a little lower down on the list, and they said we didn't have as many takeoff and landings, which is how you get your grant funding.
Right.
And we were like, no, we're one of the busiest airports in the state. We have air traffic control tell us we're busier than Birmingham and most of the time Tuscaloosa, except for game days. And so we're very proud of that. We're proud to be able to help, and we're certainly not the only users of the Walker County Airport. As a matter of fact, we have some great neighbors. We have a lot more people getting involved in aviation in our community, which is really, really exciting. And we want to make sure, especially in our 30th anniversary, we're planning on hosting a party this fall and inviting everyone on the airfield and making sure that they know that their home is there at our FBO.
Yeah, and everybody, if you guys do a public open house type thing like that, people should come out and see. If you think just air hangar in the back of your head, you're probably thinking not $1 million showcase, but it is state of the art. Everything is so cool. It's a hidden gem in Jasper for sure.
It is. And as we grow, this is really our one marketing thing we do a year is with y'all.
Right. Yeah.
And so we don't, because we do stay so full, but we want our community to know that we're here, that we are invested in the future of aviation and workforce, that we are a very, very large economic driver to not only Walker County, but to Jasper and the surrounding areas, because we probably have 30 flights a week come into Birmingham. They fly into Birmingham International, then rent a car and drive to Jasper to do their flight training. So there's a large economic boost, and we're really proud that we're one of those drivers in the community.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about the economic boost before we go in a minute, but start talking about Operation Aviation Foundation some, because it's such an important thing for the future of our community and for aviation.
Right. So, everybody's jumping now. Oh, Boeing's saying we need 122,000 pilots in the next decade or so. What are we going to do? And well, we've built the pipeline, and it's been built. We've worked really hard with our connections and partnerships with Delta Airlines and FedEx that, we can take you all the way through to where you're filling those gaps. Just last year, not to jump back to Sanders again, but this is about OAF. Sanders certificated over 1,200 pilots.
Wow, just in a year?
In a year, 1,200 certificates.
That's an amazing number.
Which is incredible. That's more than anywhere else that I'm aware of in the state. And so we're very proud of that. But that is the shortage, right? That is the workforce shortage that we're all concerned about, and how we're doing our part. But it starts a lot sooner than that. How do you get people involved and engaged in aviation? And that is where, as you know from last year, the brainchild for Operation Aviation Foundation came from. I started working on this project in 2022 as part of my PhD on how do we get more people involved in aviation and build pathways. Well, it's larger than I could have ever imagined it being. This is our 4th year partnered with the Federal Aviation Administration. We forever have been one of the only ACE sponsored camps in the state. And if you don't know what that is, we just built a new website. Go to operationaviation.org, check it out.
And she means it. They built a new one last night.
Yes, it was.
They unveiled it last night.
So thanks, Sam Cole Creative, for staying up and getting that done. But it is incredible. And each year we've had Brackyard Films come on board with us, and he's more like just part of OAF now, and has documented these stories that are all on the website. But we have had children every year. We take 30 children and we scholarship them all. We're grassroots funded. We have partnerships with the Community Foundation and others, but it is really beautiful. Every child gets to go fly. They get to do the simulators. They get to learn how to work on engines. They get to learn how to be air traffic controllers. And there's a whole, it's not just becoming a pilot. It's
Right.
all these different things that are great paying jobs that there are shortages. Air traffic control right now across the country is operating at 40%. So those are jobs that are great paying jobs that our children can have. It was a very exciting year. We got a incredible donation from Jasper City Schools. It was a grant that they received to start. Ann Jackson called. She goes, can we do drones? And I was like, well, what are we doing? And she
Right.
told me, and I was like, well, yeah, we can absolutely do that. So we went to our partner, right? We're stronger with partners. I said, Kay, Space and Rocket, how do we build this drone academy? So she invited us up to the national drone competition. We decided what drones we wanted to buy. Ray and Brack from Brackyard Films worked diligently to put together a 5-day drone academy, and it was incredible. The children all at 100% passed their FAA test to be ready for certification with the Part 107 drone test. And so we were very, very thrilled with that outlook. But think about the communities that drones touch.
Oh, yeah.
From, surveying to real estate to production to, Alabama Power, we're keeping more linemen out of harm's way by going up to evaluate something with a drone first. So that's a program.
Well, even like search and rescue.
Exactly.
Things like that,
exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can help the Blackwater SAR
Right.
get some more equipment with drones. But these are all programs that help children find that pathway. And I think one of the coolest things we did this summer is Ray went with me and Joette Kelly Brown, one of our board members, as well as Brack Bradley, and we all traveled to Fallon, Nevada.
Yeah, and that's on the video that you guys just posted to your social media, and we'll post that on ours today too.
Yes, and there's the video that is coming out about Fallon is not finished. It's still in production, and it's incredible. There were so many amazing stories there because if you've ever heard Fallon, you might know that it's associated with Top Gun.
Right.
So the Navy's fighter weapons school is actually in Fallon, Nevada, even though Top Gun, the movie, shows that it's in Miramar. It moved a few decades ago up to Fallon, Nevada. We have a larger range there for the jets to fly. So these kids, and we went because one of our board members, it lives in Fallon, and he actually owns a flight school and all these incredible things at the airport there. So it made sense to go there. I lived there for 4 years as a Navy spouse. But these kids, their instructors were Top Gun instructors. One of them, call sign Polar, she runs the tactics that fly against, we call it blue air, but against the good guys. So she goes up and emulates another country and shows them all of the tactics they may use to harm us. She has thousands and thousands and thousands of hours as an aggressor fighter pilot, and that was their instructor.
Yeah.
I don't think you get better than that.
No, I wouldn't think so.
So they got a tour of Top Gun. They went up in the tower for permission to buzz the tower. They got to see all of that. They got to fly the actual simulators at VFC 13 at Top Gun. And of course, one of their favorites was we got to go see the Top Gun Maverick jet.
Yeah. That would be really cool for a kid.
Yeah.
Now, what was the age groups on the
We're 12 to 16 for
Okay.
the ACE academies, but we
Okay.
do all age groups. On our website, you'll see, do you want us to come speak to your school system? And we speak to schools every year. Usually it'll be a general assembly of about 500 or so, and we talk about all the possibilities in aviation, but we absolutely love the ACE academies. We started with those. There's one in Nevada, there's one in Alabama. Now we have the Drone Academy. And again, for the second year, we did all the flying like we discussed earlier with Space and Rocket for Aviation Challenge.
Now, what was the age groups on the Drone Academy too?
Drone was a little bit younger. It was 14 to 16 because you have to be 16 to get your Part 107 test. And so they were right there at the age group where they could go ahead and study and take the test and be drone certified and workforce ready.
Yeah. That's so cool that they could do all that at 14 to 16 years old.
Right. It's a lot. It was fun. So we did a lot of drone racing. We played drone basketball. They could put on the VR headsets and race each other. We had a little leaderboard going, but it was also a lot of academics. Right. You're learning airspaces. You're learning a lot of the same things you have to learn to become a private pilot. So that's a natural step.
Because drones and planes are sharing the skies now.
Yes.
What's the future hold for Operation Aviation Foundation?
Oh my gosh, Ray, what do you think?
Sky's the limit? Is that
No, the sky is no longer the limit.
It's not
It's
even
definitely not the limit.
Is space the limit at this point?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought up space.
One of our
favorite things this year from one of our past students who's a naval aviator. I was like, we do a lot with space. We have a space symposium at the camps. And he was like, well, let me reach out to Tonto. And I'm like, who's Tonto? And see if he can do an intro film to greet the students. And I'm like, okay. Well, Tonto is actually Commander Reed Wiseman, the commander of the Artemis II mission, who was also used to be a naval aviator. Now he's an astronaut. And so you'll see on our website, starting camp day one, it was immediately just an incredible moment for our campers because they were welcomed to Ace Camp by astronaut Reed Wiseman.
That is so cool.
It was way cool.
Yeah. I mean, I can't,
out of this world.
I'm just thinking about me as a kid. I would be flipping out, if I saw something like that at a camp I was at. Now, let's talk really, really quick. We only got a couple more minutes left on the, I think you were going to mention economic impact of aviation in our communities. Was that one of the things?
Yes. So really workforce is the driving key behind what we do, being workforce ready, making sure that Alabama, I always say A in Alabama is for aviation, and expanding those partnerships because we can do aviation better than anywhere else. We have all these incredible places throughout the state, and sometimes we like to kind of silo things and say, well, this is what I'm doing, but I've learned that if you can give and let other people carry what they're doing, and they might have some different ideas or a little bit different than yours, but at the end of the day, it is just a better world with these partnerships because this is a workforce shortage. This is an immediate workforce issue. As far as economic impact, we are just so blessed that people continue to come to Sanders every single year, and we are diligently working on a study right now just to see exactly what that economic impact is with the state. We mentioned flying into Birmingham, renting a car, driving out, living here, staying in hotels, eating, buying things. So there is just a huge multi-million-dollar economic impact yearly from what we do. And that's just something that we look back on and we say, okay, how can we keep enhancing this? How can we retain this talent when it comes to Alabama? How can we keep that here? Because this is a perfectly positioned place. You can go to Birmingham and jump seat out to anywhere you need to be at your airline job. You're 2 hours and 50 minutes from FedEx. You're 3 hours from Delta, and you're 2.5 driving quickly to Nashville to the new hub for Southwest. So Jasper's poised right now for greatness in the realm of aviation.
Yeah, that is so cool. Now, because we talked kind of about Ray's story and how he came to do aviation, what if there's somebody that's just sitting at their job this morning and they're listening and they're thinking about, I'd like to make a big change. I always wanted to be a pilot or work in aviation in some form. What's their next step? What do they do?
Go to sandersaviation.com, fill out a website training request. You'll get a call. You'll get an email. We will explain every single thing. We also have now, we're very proud to have Sally Mae lending. So, not only is the GI Bill, but Sally Mae lending, Stratus, there's all these programs so that you're not alone, and their supports. We'll give you any kind of scholarship information that we have, but it's an incredible field. Even if you're 30 years old, you could still have a 30-year career at the airlines right now, right? So retirement age is 65, which is incredible. It's benefits, it's all the things. So don't take yourself out of aviation just because you think there's too many barriers to entry or it's unattainable for whatever reason, because us being a family-owned flight school, we are willing to go the extra mile to get you where you need to be.
Yeah, it's not just a thing for 20-year-olds to start in. And Ray's proof of that, you were, close to 50 when you started?
46 years old when
62.
I started. Feels like it.
He's already ready to retire, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get one more zinger in.
To answer your point, those people that are sitting at home and they're pondering whether or not this is, something they should do, from personal experience, I would look them straight in the eye and tell them, do it.
Right.
Reach out to Sanders. Justice said it multiple times during the interview that, the family organization that Sanders is, there isn't a day that I go to work that I don't feel like I'm a part of the family. And that's what they bring to every student and every person that touches that airport when they come into those doors. And just make you feel like you belong, make you feel like, yes, aviation is a great opportunity, and we're going to stand here with you the entire time so that you can be successful.
And that's any age and any gender, too, because I know you mentioned earlier you had a female flight instructor teaching a new female flight person, too.
Oh, yeah,
like
we have, it's aviation's for everyone.
Yeah.
And, we talked a little bit before we went on air about sometimes what happens when we lose that sense of belonging.
Right.
And the aviation community, we're here for you. It's not just being a pilot. You can be a manager, you can be a flight line operator, you can be towing and fueling airplanes. So, we would love to hear, especially from children. We have great supports up at Sanders. So don't rule us out. It's always a possibility.
Yeah. Well, we're close to that 10 o'clock hour, really close. So Woody's going to be banging on the door in a second, so we probably need to go.
What song are you going to leave us with? You always do a fun song when we leave.
Let's see. Well, actually, the next one that's up is Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Oh.
Is that a good one?
We could do that. What do you have after that?
After that, we've got What Would You Say by Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, I do love. I grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, me too.
I'm an 80s baby. Let's hit Dave.
Let's go with Dave Matthews.
Let's get some DMB.
Yeah. We'll do that and go to SandersAviation.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go to SandersAviation.com. Check out everything they've got. Go to Operation Aviation Foundation, or it's OperationAviation.org.
You got it.
That's the new website. Go there, check out all their social media pages and everything. It's just there's so much you can do in aviation, and we can do it right here in Jasper. That's what's cool. Thanks for coming in. Tomorrow, I've got Kat coming in from the Walker County Arts Alliance. She's going to be talking about an exhibit that they have going on that I think is ending in the next few days. Mm-hmm. So a cool art exhibit. Had a couple people sending in well wishes to you guys as well. We got a lot of comments this morning. Janice Long Smith saying hello, Megan Allen, Taylor Robinson, Jay Barrett, and Jonathan Timmons. So there you go.
Is my attorney on there? He said he'd be listening to make sure I didn't go rogue.
He hasn't said anything yet, so you must have done a good job.
Okay,
yeah.
Thankful.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. Be kind and love, and tomorrow we'll see you on Live at 9 with James Phillips on WJLX.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham,
W286BM Jasper,
an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Free never sounded so good.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham,
W286BM Jasper,
an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Free never sounded so good.
Start your story at Bevel State Community College. Whether you need seamless academic transfer classes, high-wage, high-demand career technical or health science programs, rapid training opportunities that get you into the workforce quickly, dual enrollment or adult education courses, Bevel State is your community college for a quality education. Visit bscc.edu to learn about our convenient and affordable options to make your future visible. Your story starts at Bevel State.
What could be more fun than kids and adults alike having fun in a backyard pool?